Why is it prime? Is it prime because it requires to run the automated mortgage loan underwriter system from Fannie Mae?
The composition of your income, sometimes it's very nice, neat, and clean. Other times there's a lot of complex.
Whenever you have some questions with the scenario, you could just submit it through the form. You will receive the loan solution within 30 minutes from your account executive.
One thing that is a little bit unique about us is that we can actually run it as DU or LP for you guys out there.
Good afternoon, everyone. So let's our participants join us. So let's wait for a couple of seconds. Everyone will be here. So while we are waiting, I am more than happy that you have time to join us today. If you were dreaming to know more about jumbo loans, or if you were dreaming to produce more jumbo, you are in the right place today on our webinar. So today we will discuss the opportunities with jumbo loans, and the agenda for today to know more about the program, to know who is a jumbo loan borrower. We would know more about program requirements. Also, we will share the information about our A&D Mortgage prime jumbo specialties. We will share our A&D solutions that we offer here in A&D Mortgage. Also, we are lucky here today to discuss some practice scenarios with a couple of loan scenarios, live couple loan scenarios. And in the end of the presentation, we will have an opportunity to discuss all the questions that you possibly have. Do not forget that all attendees will receive a copy of this presentation and recording on this webinar within 24 hours. Can we please switch this out? Yep, thank you. So let me please tell you more about A&D Mortgage if you don't know yet. So we are a nationwide mortgage lender, almost 20 years in the mortgage industry, and more than 6,000 partnering brokerage companies already trust us. And we are proud to be officially verified as #1 non-QM lender by the Scotsman Guide, and I'm very proud of it and happy that we were announced that. Also, being a technology mortgage lender, we award the Steve Awards Gold winner for innovating mortgage technologies, and we'll talk about it a bit later. Just for you to know that we are operating nationwide, and we are approved and fully licensed in 46 states. And whenever you will contact us, you will receive the response within 30 minutes from us. Also would like to mention that we are operating in cooperation with our sister company Imperial Fund that allows us to securitize our loans to provide you a better pricing in non-QM space, and also be more reliable as a lender on the market. Talking about where we license, again, here is our footprint, and you will see that particularly in more states we are already fully licensed. In the states that are highlighted with the light purple, you can do business loans with us, and our aim is being fully licensed in all the states, I would say till the end of this year. I am more than happy to introduce today's speakers. Our superstar here today, Lucy Mantier. She is our top producer, the wholesale account executive with A&D Mortgage, and she will tell you all the interesting things about Prime Jumbo product. Also, we are lucky today because Brandon Maloney, our underwriting manager, joined us today. So he will be able to share some practice with us to discuss the live scenarios, and also helping us to answer any possible questions. So with that being said, I will pass the word to Lucy. Lucy, welcome.
Yes, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this seminar. And it's a pleasure to have Brennan joining us today. And I really recommend you on the question section to take advantage that we have Brennan today, and he can answer any questions in underwriter, any scenarios that you have. It will be a good opportunity to have those questions addressed today, so everybody can learn from that experience. Our topic, as Irene mentioned, is the prime jumbo loan. Why is it prime? It's a prime because it requires to run the automated mortgage loan underwriter system from Fannie Mae. So the loan has to be run DU, called DU, the stop underwriting, and it has to be approved ineligible. It will be approved because it meets the requirements to qualify for the loan, but is ineligible because of the loan amount. The jumbo loan is also known as a non-conforming just because of what I mentioned. It exceeds the limit set by the federally financing agency and cannot be purchased, guaranteed, or securitized by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. The size of the jumbo varies by geographic location, but it generally means a loan of more than 766,550 or more, most of the parts of the United States. So this loan is a perfect loan for U.S. citizens or permanent residents that are looking for a large loan amount to purchase an expensive property, either for primary use or second home. Borrowers must have a high FICO score and a low DTI. This program is designed, as is mentioned, since it's run to you, for borrowers that can provide tax returns or W-2s. A&D Mortgage offers this program for borrowers that has FICO score as low as 680. The LTV for purchases is 80%, and we go to DTI up to 45%. Our max loan amount is $2.5 million. For cash out, the LTV, it will be 75%, and cash in hand is $500,000. Also, is offered under delay financing, which means the property was purchased in cash, and later on the borrower decide to get some cash out. The limit for doing a delay financing is 180 days. This program is also offered for 15 and 30 years amortization, no overlays for credit or trade lines, and allow gift funds. This is an opportunity for you brokers to take advantage of the low rates that A&D Mortgage is offering. Just to give you an example, for a regular borrower with FICO of 700, purchasing a primary resident, LTV of 80%, you can get as low as 6.875 30-year fixed rate. If we do the same exercise with a borrower with FICO 700 buying a second home, max LTV 70%, the interest rate will be 6.75 30-year fix. So this is the time to take advantage and do those prime jumbo loans with us. And one of the things that Irene is going to mention right now, it's one of the tools and best tool that A&D Mortgage can offer, which is the quick pricer. And you can also price the jumbo loans with the quick pricer. Go ahead, Irene.
Yay, thank you. So let me please step in. Talking about, yes, our technologies. So I actually forgot to introduce myself. I'm actually Irene Wright, and I'm a broker support lead here in A&D Mortgage. And we are more about technology here in A&D Mortgage. And whenever we're talking about quick pricer, that's like our golden nugget. So whenever you would like to price some scenario, whether we're talking about prime jumbo or any other product that we're offering here in A&D Mortgage, please use it. That's a really cool service and really user friendly. And if you can we please switch to the next slide, yeah, to be more representative on how it looks like. So here you have an option to choose particularly any program that you would like to price your scenario with. You are able to choose the citizenship, income type, occupancy, so you can even choose the state, or if you do different type of compensation, or you would like to price it with different type of compensation, like broker support or borrower paid, I'm sorry, or lender paid. So if we're talking about lender paid, you can actually even put the percentage of the compensation that will be included into the pricing. You could choose the state. So that's really great service that you could use. Please use it anytime you would like to price any scenario. And again, if by some reason you are not able to see any valid product, you are more than welcome to contact your account executive, to contact Lucy if she is her account executive, or your personal account executive, or even broker support to discuss the details. Also, if we are talking about one more cool service that we offer here, that's a scenario submission. So whenever you have some questions with the scenario, you could just submit it through the form. This form will go to our account executives. So if account executive already assigned to you, you will receive the loan solution within 30 minutes from your account executive. You also have a short, if you follow the link whenever you receive the presentation, and you follow the link, or you will find it on our main website page. There's also a short tutorial video on how to submit your scenario. So please don't be shy. Share with us the scenario and you will get the solution. Now, if we would like to deep dive into the practice, I would like to welcome Brennan, our underwriting manager here in A&D Mortgage. Very experienced in particular any scenario here, but we would like to discuss the jumbo. So Brennan, could you give us more practice here?
Yep. Thank you so much, Irene. And with some of the scenarios that we have to discuss today, these are going to, when you look at your matrix, typically they're going to be ideally pretty straightforward scenarios, right? So for the jumbo program, it's one of those things where you can get good pricing incentives and you can go ahead and have an AUS-based loan that exceeds the loan level limits for the applicable county. But then in exchange for that, the underwriting standards tend to be a little bit tighter, right? We're going to have the DTI threshold be a little bit tighter. And we have, as far as the underwriting team goes, it's going to be either an underwriting manager ourselves working these files, or we have a couple of our most experienced and seasoned underwriters on the team working this product. So when you get these scenarios, right, a lot of times if you're a high net worth individual, the composition of your income Sometimes it's very nice, neat, and clean. Other times there's a lot of complex, business layering, LLC layering, pass-through entities, things of that nature. And so we make sure that the underwriters that we have working these products have experience with very complex and technical scenarios. So then that way you're not getting an underwriter who might be a little bit newer, getting into something that might be a little bit difficult to accomplish. So for this specific example, we have a law firm partner, and it could be something where maybe they have less than 25% ownership in the business and they're doing K1 distributions for income, or there's something technical or unique with that. We're going to default for these files to underwrite it under a Fannie Mae perspective. And this is a good candidate for the scenario. They have strong DTI, a good down payment and LTV and FICO score, and then the loan amount's just a little bit above the limit. So this would be someone who would be a great candidate for the program if you want to maximize the pricing incentive. And then we just run AUS and we make sure the only reason AUS is ineligible is for the loan amount. And we can go ahead and do that DU for you guys. We also recently have spoke with our prime jumbo investor, and as needed, we can underwrite to Freddie Mac or LP standards as well. So a lot of prime jumbo lenders, to my knowledge, they will only do one AUS or the other. One thing that is a little bit unique about us is that we can actually run it as DU or LP for you guys out there. So this is a brand new thing that came out within the last week or two. So that's kind of my thoughts on scenario one. If you want to go ahead and pass it over to scenario two, again, we have a scenario where the LTV is a little bit higher. We got this thing up to 80%, but again, very strong FICO score, very high net worth individual to go ahead and satisfy the reserve requirement. We have an individual who's an executive at a tech company with that stable employment history. And so it's one of those things where if you think about your tech borrowers, there's a concentration in Silicon Valley, California, and the cost of housing is very high in these different neighborhoods. So we'll see a lot of concentration of this program sometimes on the West Coast or in the Miami area, or sometimes even your Austin, Texas, where you get these individuals who want to buy a nice house that is located close to the office, these C-suite individuals. And so for us, it's really important that these deals go as smoothly as possible, right? So if this guy's a top executive at a tech company, they kind of have a name for themselves, they have a reputation, and if they're buying a house, it's one of those things where, we can't really make excuses from an underwriting end. We got to figure it out. We got to embody the power of yes, and we got to make this thing happen as quickly as we can. Just because this person has relationships with the broker, with the realtors and things of that nature. And also they're going to be a little bit more demanding of a client because they're very effective in their industry. And so we want to make sure that we're providing that high quality of service for them. So these are kind of things that we keep in mind when we select our underwriters for the program. And then also too, you can still benefit on that pricing from the prime jumbo perspective as opposed to a traditional non-QM loan, because we can go above the standard loan limits with our non-QM full doc product. But again, this is another way that you can go ahead and approach that. So this helps the borrower get an attractive interest rate and really helps them capitalize on their strong financial profile as well. So that's kind of my thoughts for the second scenario there.
Oh, we actually got one question for now, if you don't mind. So we have a question here. For clients with business tax returns and or personal tax returns with business income, do we have ability to run the client's taxes through the LoanBeam or equivalent software?
Yeah, so at this moment in time, and LoanBeam, to my knowledge, it's a bit of an automation technology to go ahead and scan and analyze and validate income. That is not something that we have available at this specific moment in time. But with that said, we're going to do the standard underwriting method. We're going to review the tax returns and go ahead and input the data into our income calculations from there. And we won't have an automated approval for that type of thing. So that's not what we have the capacity for right now.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, Brandon, and thank you for your questions. So actually, since we're already in the questions area, do not forget that you are more than welcome to put your questions here in Q&A session. So while we are waiting maybe for any other questions, let me please tell you why A&D Mortgage is your partner of growth. So we are here try to be as streamlined with our loan process. So that means that we are trying to be at the fastest turn times to smooth the process of any loan during the loan life. We also here to promote the can-do attitude and expertise. So that means that whenever you have any questions or whenever you have some difficulties, you could go to your account executive to discuss. So everything is possible, whenever it is something that is out of the box, it's kind of a case on a case basis. So please go to your account executive for us to provide you can-do attitude. So we are trying to be here to be flexible with underwriting, and I guess Brennan could prove it. Yes, so for us to be more flexible and for you to grow your business as well. If we're talking about more education here from our A&D side, let me present our upcoming webinars. The most recent will be the broker orientation that we do particularly every month. That's for our new brokers, where we provide the information about all our products, about all our technologies and services. Also, we share the information on our learning and development services that we can share with you. So please join that. On 17th of September, there's going to be a webinar as an expert insights with Rick Sugar. So you are more than welcome to join that as well. And on 26th of September, that's gonna be kind of the same webinar, our wealth strategies, and we will talk about our asset utilization program. So I see that, we have one more question here. So if you don't mind, here is the question. I have a U.S. citizen who lives in the U.S., but only reports foreign income from Mexico, not W-2 income. What are the requirements to use this?
Yep, great question on that. So again, we will go ahead and defer to either Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac. And so I think Lucy was one step ahead of me talking about the tax returns. Feel free to speak to that if you'd like, Lucy.
No. Just the regular, as I mentioned, this is a true full doc program and product. So if the borrower is a U.S. citizen, he must file taxes in the U.S. So tax returns will be needed if he's self-employed. So you go ahead, Brennan.
Yep. So I went ahead and grabbed the section from the Fannie Mae selling guide as well as the link to it. That's pretty much the gist of it, right? We'll need the signed tax returns, and then moreover, if there is any documentation that we're using from the foreign origin, we'll need to make sure that we have a complete certified translation for that documentation, as well as convert any foreign currency into US dollars if necessary. So shouldn't be a big deal. We don't have any restrictions on that. It should not prohibit them from the Prime Jumbo program as long as they meet the standard requirements.
Perfect. Thank you, Eslia, for your question. Thank you, Brennan. Thank you, Lucy. So looks like we do not have any questions for now. Looks like we are clear with all the details for Prime Jumbo, and you are ready to grow the business in Prime Jumbo area with us. If you are still not a partner with us, so please scan the QR code you could see on the screen and become a partner in crime with us with A&D Mortgage. So hope we will be able to grow our mutual business together. So if there is nothing that we would like to add here, Lucy, Brennan, we discussed everything that we would like. Yeah, looks like so.
Yes.
So
Welcome to
then,
reach out to Brennan or myself if you guys have any questions. And we're here waiting for your loans.
yay, sure. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Brennan, again for joining. Thank you, Lucy, for your time. Each attendee will receive the recording on this webinar. So please be a partner with us and join our next webinars. Thank you. Wish you a great day and a wonderful week.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.